How long have you been waiting? Not waiting for a bus, not waiting for your food, not waiting for someone to call you back. I'm talking about your life. How long have you been telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll exercise. Tomorrow I'll write the book. Tomorrow I'll apply for the job. Tomorrow I'll start the business. Tomorrow I'll become the person I know I can be. But tomorrow has a strange habit. It never arrives. Because when tomorrow finally comes, it changes its name. It becomes tomorrow again. Think about that for a moment. How many dreams have quietly died, not because they were impossible, but because they kept getting postponed. Not cancelled, just postponed. One day became 1 week. 1 week became 1 month. 1 month became 1 year. Before you knew it, 5 years had disappeared and nothing had changed, except your excuses became more believable.
Most people don't fail because they're lazy. That's the lie we've been told. People fail because waiting feels safe. Waiting protects your ego. As long as you haven't started, you can still imagine becoming anything. The greatest entrepreneur, the greatest writer, the greatest athlete, the greatest artist. Inside your imagination, you never lose. Reality is different. Reality can reject you. Reality can embarrass you. Reality can prove that you're not as good as you hoped. And that's terrifying. So your mind makes a deal with you. Let's wait just a little longer. Not forever, just a little longer. Enough to feel responsible, without actually changing. It's one of the cleverest tricks your brain will ever play on you. It convinces you that planning is the same as progress. You watch another video, read another book, buy another notebook, download another productivity app, organize your desk, rewrite your goals, research for another week. Everything except the one thing that matters: starting. Because starting removes every excuse. The moment you begin, the only thing left is the truth.
The truth is, you don't need more time. You need one decision. One moment where you finally stop negotiating with the person you know you should become. Because every transformation begins with a decision that nobody else sees. Nobody celebrates it. Nobody claps. Nobody even knows it happened. It's just you, sitting alone and deciding, I cannot continue living like this. That moment is powerful, because your life doesn't change when you feel ready. Your life changes when you decide. Most people are waiting for confidence before they act, but confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence is the evidence that you can trust yourself, and you build that trust by keeping promises you make to yourself. Small promises, simple promises. The promise to wake up when you said you would. The promise to spend 30 minutes learning something valuable. The promise to stop making excuses. The promise to take one step forward even when nobody is watching. People often imagine success as one giant moment, the big opportunity, the big breakthrough, the big chance that changes everything. But most of the time, success is hiding inside ordinary decisions. A person decides to send one email. That email creates a connection. That connection creates an opportunity. That opportunity changes a life. A person decides to make one video. Nobody watches the first one, or the second one, or maybe even the 10th one, but they keep showing up. And one day, someone discovers their work. A person decides to take care of their health. One walk becomes a habit. One habit becomes a lifestyle. One lifestyle creates a completely different person. The problem is, we underestimate small beginnings. We want the final result, but we ignore the first step. We want the tree, but we don't want to plant the seed. We want the success story, but we don't want the uncomfortable chapter where nobody believes in us. But every great story has that chapter. The chapter where nothing looks impressive. The chapter where progress feels invisible. The chapter where quitting feels easier than continuing. And this is where most people give up. Not because they are incapable, because they expected change to happen faster. They expected one decision to immediately create a different life. But a decision is not the destination. A decision is the direction. A compass does not take you to your destination instantly. It simply tells you where to walk. And then you walk, one step, then another, then another. Imagine two people. They both have the same dream, the same opportunity, the same 24 hours. The first person says, "I'll start when everything is perfect." So they wait. They wait for more money, more confidence, more knowledge, more time. Years pass. Nothing changes. The second person says, "I don't have everything I need, but I have enough to begin." They take one step, then another. They make mistakes. They learn. They improve. 5 years later, they are living the life the first person was still planning. The difference wasn't talent. The difference wasn't luck. The difference was a decision. And maybe right now, you already know the decision you need to make. Maybe you've known for months. Maybe you've known for years. You know the conversation you need to have, the habit you need to break, the thing you need to start, the thing you need to stop, the dream you've been quietly ignoring. You know. The question is, how much longer will you wait? Let me ask you something. What if someone gave you 10 more years? 10 extra years to chase your dream. 10 extra years to become the person you've always wanted to be. Would you suddenly start today? Or would you convince yourself that you still had time? Because that's the dangerous thing about time. It feels endless. Until one day, it isn't. Children become adults. Parents grow old. Friends move away. Your body changes. Your face changes. Your opportunities change. And all of it happens whether you decide to move or not. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't slow down because you're afraid. It doesn't pause because you're uncertain. It keeps moving. Every second, every minute, every day. The question is, are you moving with it? Or are you standing still, watching your own life pass by? One day, you'll wake up and realize something. Nobody was stopping you. Not your family, not your boss, not your past, not your circumstances. Yes, those things made the journey harder. Some people carry heavier burdens than others, that's true. But hard isn't the same as impossible. Sometimes, the biggest obstacle is the story you keep telling yourself. I'm too late. I'm not talented enough. Someone else is already doing it. I'll probably fail anyway. Listen carefully. Those aren't facts. They're predictions. And predictions are often wrong. Think about how many things you've survived already. Moments you thought would break you. Failures you thought you'd never recover from. Embarrassing moments you still remember. Disappointments. Rejections. Losses. You're still here. Stronger than you were. Wiser than you were. More capable than you were. So why are you letting a future that hasn't happened decide what you do today? Fear has a funny way of pretending to protect you. It whispers, don't try. Don't risk it. Stay where it's comfortable. But comfort has a price. A very expensive price. Every year you stay where you are, you pay with something you can never earn back. Time. Not money. Not status. Not followers. Time. And once it's gone forever. Maybe the life you want isn't as far away as you think. Maybe it's hidden behind one uncomfortable conversation, one application, one early morning, one difficult decision, one day of consistency, then another, then another. Not because those actions are magical, but because they change you. And when you change, your life begins to change with you. So don't ask, how can I change my entire life? That's too heavy. Ask something smaller. What's the next right decision? That's a question you can answer. Today, right now, before this video ends. Because your future isn't waiting for a perfect version of you. It's waiting for the version of you who finally decides to begin.
So, before you close this video, before you scroll to the next one, before life distracts you again, I want you to be completely honest with yourself. Not with your family, not with your friends, not with the people who follow you, with yourself. Deep down, what have you been avoiding? What dream have you buried under excuses? What conversation have you postponed? What opportunity have you watched pass by simply because you kept telling yourself, one day? One day isn't a day on the calendar. It's a hiding place. A place where dreams slowly disappear without making a sound. And that's the tragedy. Most dreams don't die because someone stole them. They die quietly. They die in comfortable routines. They die in endless planning. They die behind the words, "I'll do it later." Imagine meeting the person you could become 10 years from now. What would they say to you? Would they thank you for finally taking that first step? Or would they ask, why did you wait so long?
question is heavier than failure, because failure teaches. Waiting only regrets.
Here's something I've learned. You'll almost never feel ready. Not for your first business, not for your first speech, not for your first video, not for your first big decision. Readiness isn't something you discover, it's something you create by moving. Every step makes the next one easier. Every small win builds belief. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes proof that you can trust yourself. That's how confidence is built, not by thinking, by doing. So today, don't try to change your whole life. Don't promise yourself perfection. Don't chase some imaginary version of yourself. Just make one decision. One decision you've been avoiding. One action you've been delaying. One step you've been afraid to take. Because one decision becomes one action. One action becomes one habit. One habit becomes a different identity. And a different identity creates a different life. Years from now, people may look at you and say, "You're lucky." They'll see the results. They won't see the mornings when you wanted to quit. They won't see the fear, the doubt, the slow progress, the silent battles nobody applauded. They'll only see the destination, but you'll know the truth. It all began with one decision. So, don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for next year. And don't wait until you believe in yourself. Sometimes you have to act first and let belief catch up later. Your future is watching. The question is, what will you give it to remember? Another excuse? Or the day everything changed? Make the decision today.